What a wild day it was for skiers at Winter Park Ski Resort yesterday. More than 4 hours later and a lot of rope, more than 100 people were able to evacuate the gondola after it malfunctioned. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Tom Green. That gondola is just 6 years old. It should not have broken down, of course. Winter Park officials are calling it a rare malfunction. That ended up leaving about 150 people stranded. Winter Park says it's installed the new part. They'll test it today and tomorrow. As far as the people up there in the gondolas, 9 News reporter Angeline McCall went up to Winter Park and spoke with some of them who were stuck.
As Winter Park works on repairing, skiers are retelling what happened this weekend.
We weren't even able to get one run in. And then we got on the gondola.
Taylor Scotland was skiing with her family Saturday when the gondola stopped, first for a few minutes.
I was like, oh, this is a little weird. Like, normally they go pretty quick. And we're like, okay, something's wrong.
It took Ski Patrol 4 hours to get them down from the cabin. Her dad snapped this video of Taylor with rescue crews.
You have to like push yourself around so you don't get hit. And so like I turned myself around. I was pretty scared there. But like once I got to the ground, I was good. And
Taylor was one of about 150 people stuck on the gondola.
It was actually interesting, kind of once in a lifetime experience, free zip line, I guess.
Along with Alexei Dmitriev.
After that, kind of waited a little bit longer, and when Ski Patrol showed up, then we realized there was something really broken.
Winter Park says it was a malfunction at the gondola base.
There was a failure in the structural operational parts of the lift. And so we're not sure why it failed. That's what we're looking into.
Spokesperson Jen Miller says the Colorado Passenger Tramway Safety Board checked and licensed the gondola before the beginning of the season.
We've followed protocol, and it was one of those failures that we really couldn't have predicted.
Now it's a matter of figuring out how to prevent it a second time and repairing it so people don't have another story to tell.
I thought it was like an adventure.
Winter Park calls this a rare failure. Now, this is one of their newer lifts, just 6 years old. Today on site, not only was the manufacturer of the lift here, but also the regulatory body. The Colorado Passenger Tramway Safety Board was here as well. Reporting in Winter Park, Angeline McCall, 9 News.
And while we're talking about the mountains, skiers are certainly hoping for more snow. Taking a live look up by the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels. The idea is some snow showers could be moving in tonight. Meantime, here in town, near record high temperatures for yet another day today. So let's bring in 9 News Weather Impact meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen. Corey, this is like spring weather in this deep in December.
It's been really weird. We're on a 4-game winning streak as far as 60-degree days go, and we could add another 60 tomorrow. As far as the mountain goes, we're going to get a little snow showers, but it may be 1-2 inches across the day tomorrow. Nice night here in Denver. Cool sky out there with those wave clouds today. 54 degrees still here in downtown Denver at the 9 News studios. On the satellite picture, you can see that mountain wave cloud just standing over the entire eastern side of the Rocky Mountains from Wyoming all the way down to New Mexico through the day today. A little bit sunnier up in the mountains, so it was a pretty nice day. The next storm system is inbound here. You can see it out to our west. That'll get here by the early hours tomorrow morning and bring some snow to the northern mountains across the day tomorrow. Here in Denver, though, we're looking at another warm day. There is even a chance we could get our 5th 60-degree day in a row. A little bit better chances to get into the 50s, but cloud cover once again tomorrow and warm temperatures, and that will last into Tuesday as well. We're looking at another warm day. The mountain snow, it's a very active pattern. We'll have 3 storms this week, but the snow just really isn't going to amount to a whole lot for most areas. And the Denver Christmas storm is in there, and it looks like we're going to get the gift of rain here down in the Denver metro area on Christmas night. I'll talk to you about that stuff coming up in just a few minutes in the forecast.
The Colorado State Patrol have cited a Lafayette police officer. This after troopers say they caused a crash that injured one person as well as the officer last night. It all happened just after 6:30 on Highway 287 and West-South Boulder Road in Lafayette. According to the CSP, the officer was responding to a rollover crash when they crashed into a passenger side of a Toyota Camry that was crossing an intersection. That driver was injured, the victim complaining of minor injuries, but declined to be taken by ambulance. The officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
A former Adams County Sheriff's Office division chief will lose his officer certification and spend 2 years on probation. He pleaded guilty to his role in a training records fraud scheme, as well as falsifying his own training records. Former Sheriff Rick Rigaborn, former Undersheriff Thomas McAllen, and former division chief Michael Bethel were all charged with criminally falsifying their own records instead of just doing the training. They missed out on lessons that teach officers how to make arrests and drive patrol cars safely. Bethel pleaded guilty to a felony forgery charge and 2 misdemeanors on Friday as part of a plea deal. It required him to give up his state peace officer certification and prohibits him from being a peace officer in Colorado. He was also ordered to write a letter of apology to the Adams County Sheriff's Office. The Grand County Sheriff's Office out with a warning for the community tonight. Deputies say several citizens have received fraud calls from people claiming to be the sheriff's office. The scammers are using the real names of deputies. They say the scammers are also creating fake warrants and using the names of the sheriff and a local judge on the documents. The sheriff's office says they will never contact you asking you for a payment.
The city of Denver's homeless population is seeing a decline in overdose deaths, and that snaps a 6-year increase. But last night a candlelight vigil was held to remember the hundreds that we still lost this year. People gathered outside of City Hall to share stories and remember loved ones that were lost over the past year. Colorado's Coalition for the Homeless said this year 294 homeless people died, which is a decrease from 311 the prior year. Karen Underwood says her son was homeless here in Denver and says that he died last year. She says despite the decline in deaths, there's more that can always be done.
But you don't want to wind up with a luminaria for your child down here on the Civic Center steps next year. So we just have to keep fighting the good fight.
People told us that events like these allow them to share those stories of their loved ones.